Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to another episode of Ask a Photo Pro with your friendly neighborhood host. It is me, Carty, and we are here to look at some photo assignments, which we do every Thursday right here on this channel. Thursdays are Photo Review Thursdays, and I have a new way of submitting your photos for review, by the way. All you need to do is go to this link right here, which is youtube.com. What's right here? Right here. cartymethod.com/YouTube submissions. I can't even talk. I've been so excited about this whole new community and this whole submission system. It's so much cleaner. It is your favorite episode of the week. It is Real Photo Reviews. And we have Ammon back for Ammon joining again. He was photo submission level, and you know I deleted the photo submission level, so you're having to rejoin. Thank you for rejoining us, Ammon. You get the smoke. We had a nice little blue background today. This week's assignment was pretty simple. By the way, you have to join my new community. My new community is poppin'. We just hit 200 members in less than a week, which was my bet. I said we'll get 200 people in here before a week is up, and ding ding ding, we are at 200 members. Let's go. Durrell Scott back on the crew as a member. Durrell, there's your smoke, my guy. By the way, if you become a member while I'm live, I hit the smoke. It's just give a little bit of atmosphere, give it a little bit of vibe, make you feel like you're controlling things. And by the way, if you are watching this stream live, I am going to unlock the stream control, which you have right now. You have stream control. I am unlocking stream control. I just opened ATEM. By the way, if you're watching from your TV, I put QR codes here so you can shoot the QR codes from your phone, which automatically connects you to the links that I'm talking about, like my community, like my Carty method, and so much more. The assignment this week has always been a difficult one for my viewers, and that assignment is lifestyle photography. And lifestyle photography is a different kind of beast because it's not quite as easy as just making a photo. You're trying to make a photo of somebody doing something that seems relatively natural to sell something, to sell a product, to sell a service, to sell a lifestyle. Lifestyle photography is the thing that people have the biggest trouble with on my channel. So I'm excited to see your lifestyle photography. This week's assignment, I'm going to read it out for you before I start to share the work. This week's assignment, oh, and by the way, let me see. How come oh, there it is. Okay, so here we are. So this week's assignment is this. It's pretty simple. Create a lifestyle photograph within your niche. If you shoot product, use part of a person to show that the product is being used, to show that product being used. If you shoot portraits, show a person engaging with something, doing something, and shoot it in a stylish way. And I gave you until Wednesday, which was yesterday, midnight, to execute and submit this folder. Actually, 11:45 is the new cutoff time, and it happens automatically, and it's 11:45 my time here in Canada. So if you're on the East Coast, it might be a little bit later. Well, if you're on the East Coast of America, no, it's the same. If you're in the West Coast of America, you're going to have 3 hours less time. So the cutoff time is going to be, I guess, 8:45, right? 8:45 p.m. So make sure that you get on it. And also, next thing is that you submit your images 4,000 pixels wide, which is whatever the widest side is. Make them 4,000 pixels and 100 DPI. And then after you've submitted, mark them done. And I have an amazing assignment folder. So you can see in my brand new community, you will see the assignment folder right here on the top next to the assignments. And this is this week's assignment. It's due now. I can see everybody who joined and everybody who submitted, so it's pretty sick. All right, let's get into the first photographer. The first photographer is Randolph L. Grubbs. He says he shot with a 5D Mark II 50 millimeter, 1/50th of a second at ISO 100. Let's go. Let's have a look at this. Can I open in a new window? This is Randall Grubbs. Let me open in a new tab. Beautiful. Therefore, I can see the photo just a little bit bigger. I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Open in a new tab. Again, Randall, make sure that you have your images sized properly. This image feels like it's a bit small. I'm going to see if it's just some sort of compression or if it's on your end. Don't worry about it, Durell. I appreciate you trying. Let's look at this as a double page spread. You can see it's not quite sized as, but it works as a double page spread. For a lifestyle shot for me, it works. This works for a lifestyle shot for me. You just have to watch the light that's happening in the shadow detail here in the face. Oops. Got to watch the light that's happening in here. Obviously, this is a super floppy sun hat, so you're going to lose light in there. The exposure is okay here, but it feels a little bit low here, probably by, I would call it maybe a third of a stop. But the double page spread, the really selective focus, it's really good. This is a win for me and a great lifestyle picture. I like this a lot. I like this a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm gonna quit this and start it again. There we go. All right. And we are running. Okay, let's see here. All right, more responsive, beautifully. All right, that was Randall Grubbs. Is it Randall? Randolph. There you go. All right, Stuart Fleck is our next photographer. He said, I think I found my niche and a market for it in my area. I spoke to a tavern owner who has live music and was looking for some social media content. I made this photo because not only it featured the band, but the tavern I was shooting for. I'm a bit concerned about the magazine gutter. Shot with the R6 Nifty 50 f2.5 and 80th of a second at ISO 2000. This is Stuart Fleck. Let's go, Stuart. Just waiting for this picture to open. We're going to open this in a new tab. Let's go, Stuart Fleck. Stuart, thanks for submitting. Stuart, I definitely see your concern with the double page and the gutter. Looking at where the gutter drops, it definitely drops right through the center of our lead guitar player, but the idea is definitely there. Definitely there. The things that I want you to be concerned about with this photo is just the difference of exposure that's here versus here. When you're dealing with these kinds of things, it's like light that's often moving back and forth through the frame. So the exposure on this gent is, I would say, plus half a stop. And the exposure that's on this gent is about a third of a stop under. So these are the things that become tricky. If you print down to match him, he's going to kind of get a little bit too dark. So you also have to watch this guitar, which I'm sure isn't super bright white. It looks like it's metallic of some sort. And then just the overall sepia tone, like the brown tone, I definitely know it's like a thing, but it was a thing like in the 90s. It was a thing in the 90s. So for me, sepia tone black and white is like so not in vogue. I would go straight to just straight black and white. Let me know what that photo looks like when it's straight black and white. The other thing alternatively you can do is you can crop in so your picture ends here, which cuts out that sign and that stuff in the background. So the picture ends like about here. and then crops here, and then you're able to drop your gutter a little bit more here. So it's just small things in order to do to just, again, this is something that you can do with this existing photo and make it a little bit tighter. I don't think that we need this. Oops. I don't think that we need this up here. It's a little distracting, that brightness. And if the drummer was cut out, that would also be okay. So again, small things, Stuart, but I think a really great effort overall. Should be very, 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 very pleased. Give me some sound and some smoke, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is Stuart Fleck. Let's go, Stuart. Thanks for submitting. All right. Let's look at who's next. Taylor Valentine with a lifestyle photo. Taylor, friends in high places. Nikon Z6 Mark II, shot with a 28-70 f4, shot at f5, a 500th of a second, ISO 1600. This is Taylor Valentine. Taylor, thank you for submitting. Let's go. Taylor Valentine. Taylor, this is a beautiful lifestyle picture. Beautiful. Let's look at it as a double page spread. Really works for me. Like, clearly this is an amazing shot. You got great leading line. Like, I see where the trail was, or he rode across that edge. I love this cliff face, which is super great. The tree gives us a little bit of a canopy and shows you the steepness. And then more leading line with this river. Obviously, this horizon line in this white sky is like unavoidable. But overall, for me, this is an absolute win. This is a win. This is really, it's a strong image. You should be really thrilled with what it came out at like. The light is nice, the exposure's good, and the focus seems to be really strong on that image. So I'm happy. This is A-okay with me. Very, very well done. That is, and was, my bad. That was Taylor Valentine. Taylor, thanks for submitting. That was a great shot. Okay, this is Tyler Trace. Tyler says it's been a minute since I've submitted. Had to jump back in for this one because lifestyle photography is what I want to be as my base for my business. This is one of the shots I made with a friend for her yoga website. Shot with the Canon R5 50mm lens, 400th of a second, 7.1 ISO 200. This is Tyler Trace. Tyler, let me just open this shot. Let's go, Tyler, with the lifestyle photo. Very well done, Tyler. I really like this. This is a vibe. Let's see it as a double page spread. You can see it really works as a double page spread. Like, her bend is kind of insane. It does make her body look a little bit strange in this area here, and the way that her leg is coming out here. It does, because there's shadow detail down here, and you lose separation between the shirt and her pants. That makes the way that this leg is coming out, and the way that I know that she's like a yogi and like can do impossible stretches, but this is a situation where you have her wear a different color shirt that's not black, or a different color pants that's not going to basically bleed into what you're shooting. I know it's hard to imagine because I see this like X pattern on these tights, but in shadow detail, you don't see it. You don't catch it. So for me, Tyler, that's the only thing. It's an absolute 11. I really think that it's a banger, a very strong photograph. You should be very happy with the lights inspired. The focus is inspired. Even the fact that you have like a splash happening on the background. All of these elements just really make this like a strong photograph for me. So again, just it's tricky because I don't know if she had multiple tights on hand that she could change into just for this particular shot. And I mean, when you see the outfit, it's relatively monochromatic and you're not really thinking about that, but it's just the angle at which the legs come out that you have to be like hyper aware of at first glance. I lose her knee. It looks strange at first glance. So just watch that when you're doing body work. I think it's a great shot though, and you definitely get an 11. Great job, Tyler. Thank you. It is Tyler Trace. All right, Tyler. Thanks for submitting. All right, we moving, we rocking, we moving. By the way, how do you guys like this new submission system? I'm hoping you guys are digging it. Mark Sawyer is up next. Mark says, good vibe. Shot with the Canon 5D Mark II. Shot at a 40th of a second, f2. ISO 200 at 55 millimeter. Hello, Carty. This is my first submission. I'm truly excited. My niche is personal branding, lifestyle, and product photography. I'm new to this niche, transitioning from advanced portrait photography. I love your insight and the information that you give. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you being here. Let's go with a photograph from Mark Sawyer. Mark Sawyer is brand new. I'll learn your names, Mark. Mark, thanks for submitting. I appreciate you. Mark, the first thing that I see, and you're going to hear this over and over and over again, is people are vertical. And when we're shooting people, it's really difficult when we're holding our camera horizontal. I want you to think, I want you to think like a magazine. And when you think like a magazine and you look at a double page spread, that's what your picture looks like if it's as a double page spread in a magazine. You've seen lots of double page spreads in the magazine. It's super important to know when to shoot horizontal and when to shoot vertical. This is a vertical photo that you shot horizontally because there's absolutely nothing that's important that's happening on the left or the right of the frame. There's nothing over here that's important. There's nothing over here that is important. What's the most important is this product and this person. And the way that you're shooting it in such a way is to make it fit a space that's a horizontal space. But even Instagram, like, you get more real estate when you shoot vertically. It shows you because they hold their phone vertically. And also magazine covers are vertical. Every magazine covers a vertical thing. People are vertical. So you need to figure out a way to shoot people to fit into the format in which the photographs are going to be used. And if it's going to be a double page spread and you need to shoot horizontal, you can't drop your subject dead center. You'll hear me say this over and over and over again. Horizontals are cinematic, but they're made to lead a person through the frame. You can't drop a subject dead center on a horizontal picture. It is the most basic, simple composition, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work anywhere. It doesn't work anywhere except for on a computer screen. It's the only place it works. So we don't shoot for computer screens. We shoot for magazines, and we shoot for billboards, and we shoot for ads. And even billboards and ads, they offset their people, so there's room for copy. There's always has to be room for where the text goes of the product. So if I was shooting this as a horizontal, I would crop it this way, and I would have you way biased that way. And the thing is you realize the more that you can't get this speaker in the way that you photographed this. But this is the only way that compositionally it works to go across 2 pages. So that's what you have to be working on when it comes to shooting these types of photographs. You can't drop your subject dead center. That is composition 101 for working with design, for working with magazines, for working with clients. Like, if you give this to a client, they can't use it. That's what I want you to lock into your head. I hope that helps you. Don't get discouraged. Keep shooting. Your technical vibes, the light is inspired. It's very much sharp as F and in focus. But just watch what's happening behind. Watch what's happening behind your subject and this is called the horizon line, or where things are going in the background through the photo. You have a lot of stuff like going through the head and a lot of stuff competing with this gentleman's face. So like lower yourself. So the horizon lowers. So you put your subject up against the sky and then you actually feature them. Make your backgrounds non-distracting. You're doing it with depth of field, but you can't depth of field a color out of the background. You know what I mean? I hope that helps you. All right. That was Mark Sawyer. Welcome, by the way, Mark. Glad you're here. This is Joshua Hone working remotely in a new modern workspace and workplace. I found this great spot near my office. I asked this young woman who recently received her PhD, how awesome is that? If I could use her in my photo assignment this week. I love the vibrant orange wall with the brick. R6 50mm f4 shot at a 500th of a second at ISO 200. This is Joshua Haney. Joshua Haney. Let's go, Joshua. Glad you're here. Thanks for submitting. Joshua. Look at that punch of color. I mean, this is a lifestyle picture. It's so believable. It's on the button believable. I actually am with it. I really like it as a double page spread. Again, make sure that you're getting the sizing right. The sizing hasn't changed as far as 4,000 pixels wide. You've remembered a couple of images sent before. I was able to click them. They got bigger. You know the deal. Make sure that your pictures are 4,000 pixels wide. So when I open them in browser, I get lots of frame. This is really good, Joshua. I really like the framing here. It's got good discipline with the framing. So I'm actually seeing where the double page spread would drop. The color is super punchy. I really like the color. The brick for me, it's like this whole area for me is a bit tricky, and I would have definitely cropped this picture different. What I want you to see is this picture right here. To me, that's the photo. That's the photo. And now it's just orange as the background, and it removes the distraction of the brick. You're actually getting in so much closer, and now you can see how this shows the coffee as the product. It shows the laptop as the product on a second page, and now from here you can slide this over at will, and now it actually looks like it's a perfect double page spread, and the orange is super bold. Like now it's just orange. Trying to include the brick is a miss for me, because this now is a whole different picture. Now you've taken me out of the orange and you've put me into a context where, oh, this is just on a street and this just happens to be an orange wall, and this girl's just sitting here at this cafe and you just walked by and saw it. Once you punch in, this becomes a complete, deliberate lifestyle photo. So don't be afraid to get close. Again, Joshua, you're a super talented photographer. I know what you have and what you're capable of. So I'm always going to push you. I'm always going to push you, Mr. Haney. I hope that brought you value, my friend. All right, that was Joshua Haney. This is Mike Morrison. Mike says, this is a drag racing life. As I walked the lanes looking around for this shot, this scene caught my eye. This drag racer's wife was by his side, waiting for the next round of eliminations. Sony A7R5 7200, f8, shot at a 200th of a second, ISO 200 at 200. This is Mike Morrison. Mike, thank you for submitting. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're here. Mike Morrison, Mike Morrison. Give me the smoke, please. My controls are a little delayed today. Let me take this in. I like it. It's got a vibe for sure. It really works as a double page spread. It really shows good discipline. It's a touch claustrophobic, and claustrophobic in the way that I want you to watch how close this nose is. When you go to print, you lose, like go to print, meaning when this gets to printed in a magazine, you're going to lose probably that much. Like it's 1/8 of an inch that you lose, and you lose that all the way around. So also with the ground, I want you to watch the feet here, so you're not getting too close here. This edge in this distance is cool. This distance is cool, but just watch, like nothing would be worse than having that nose of the car clipped in print or her feet clipped. Another small thing is just overall exposure. Oh my goodness, I'm just messing up here. Exposure. This overall shot, I would call it's under by about 1/3. So watch the exposure in the face, watch the exposure in the shadow detail, because this is what a majority of this image is in shadow detail. So this could use a little bit of a bump, but overall for me, this is a win. It's a fantastic lifestyle photograph, and I'm giving you the 11, baby. It's a banger. Welcome. Glad you are here and a part of this whole thing. The work's good this week. I'm happy. That was Mike Morrison. Welcome, Mike. All right. This is Jermaine Dean. I completed the assignment. Okay. Jermaine Dean with the lifestyle photo. Thank you, Jermaine Dean, for submitting. Jermaine completed the assignment, followed no instructions. The instructions: shoot a lifestyle photo, make the photo 4,000 pixels wide, and then submit to this folder. So the 4,000 pixels wide, the reason that I have that stipulation is for this reason, is so I'm not looking at photos on my 4K monitor like this. So small. Way too small. You can't just grab a shot from your phone and send it. You can't just send me a JPEG. You have to take this seriously. So, number one, we don't crop horizontal pictures to 8:10. This is an 8:10 proportion or a 4:5 proportion that only works for vertical, and it only works for Instagram. Magazines are 9:12 proportion and regularly 9:12 inches. Model portfolios are 9:12 inches. We shoot vertical because magazines and people are vertical, like you just heard me say to the last gentleman. When I scroll and zoom this in and make this fit, now it's lower resolution. So now I can't see if it's in focus, I can't see the quality, and it just messes up the whole thing, which is, it's great that you're doing the assignment, but you're not following the submission parameters, which are make your photograph 4,000 pixels wide, please. Next thing, this is dropping a horizontal picture, or no, a subject for a horizontal picture dead center in the middle of the image. So as you've just heard me say, I don't want to repeat myself. This is why we don't put interesting things in the center of photographs when we're trying to compose, because again, there's no place for it to go. This is how it looks when it goes in a magazine, which means now it can only go on 1/2 of one page of the magazine. When you compose this way, this is the only place that the picture can go. And then the article goes down underneath. So now having the opportunity to shoot and get a full double page spread, you've now made it so your picture only qualifies for a 1/4 page. I try to teach people how to shoot to make money. I'm trying to teach you how to shoot to make money. And shooting for yourself is one thing. Shooting things that you think are cool is cool. Is this a lifestyle picture? No, it's not a lifestyle picture. This is a picture of you holding a lens, taking a picture of something sort of through the, like, it's a conceptual picture, but it's not a lifestyle picture. A lifestyle picture is a photograph of regular people doing regular things shot in a stylized way. Shot in a stylized way? Okay. This is all style and not a lot of substance. So it's just a view down the street. For me, this one's a miss. I need you to try harder, please. I need you to try harder. I'm not trying to be so hard on you, but it's just cool idea. And now, like, it's not moving the needle. It's not selling anything. And I know it's like you're selling the lens, but it's like, yeah, I need you to think a little bit differently, please, and work on compositions and making vertical pictures for vertical implications and offset pictures for horizontal applications. I hope that helps. All right. That was Jermaine Dean. Thanks, Jermaine. All right, this is Mike Lilly. Mike, hey, Carty crew. This one hits kind of hard, not an easy assignment for sure. Shot with a Sony A7 Mark III, 85mm 1.8, f2.5, shot at a 13th of a second, ISO 100. Thank you for your indulgence. This is Mike Lilly. Mike, thanks for submitting. I appreciate you. Let's look at this as a double. This is, again, obviously a tricky picture. Again, guys, make sure that you're submitting at 4,000 pixels wide. And if you guys are submitting at 4,000 pixels wide and this is still happening, let me know if I have to make my submission size bigger. You can see this is not quite 4,000 pixels wide. It's a little underexposed, Mike. I these kinds of photos where it's like a lifestyle picture is regular people doing regular things photographed in a stylish way. This is somebody who's really struggling, and in photographing this, it sort of opens up like a whole other realm of like, is this documentary? Is this like social justice? Is like, there's so many like other things that kind of like layer now into this photo. And I know your niche, and this is not your niche. And when I'm thinking that Mike Lilly is going to make a lifestyle picture, it's going to be a beautiful hotel. It's going to be by the pool. There's going to be people there drinking. It's not this guy. You know what I mean? Because it's like the whole idea about these assignments is this picture goes right into your book and you use it to get work. And this isn't the case with this photo. So, yeah, I see the new platforms compressing. So I'm going to work on that this week. Mike says that the new platform is compressing the photographs. If it's resizing them to the point that they're that small, I'm wondering how some people's photos didn't get like resized that small and others did. Like you're seeing some, I'm clicking them, they're full size. Others I'm clicking and they're this big. So yeah. Mike says it is 4,000 pixels wide. All right. So it might have to be a wider thing than that, because we'll talk about this in community, but I want to make sure that we're not missing the boat on this photo, Mike, because it's like make a lifestyle photo within your niche. And if your niche is buildings, architecture, people, like within that space, it's got to be luxury. It has to be appealing and not something that's hard to look at. Whenever you're shooting homeless people, whenever you like, it's hard to look at. And now it's like, now I'm stressing about this guy. You know what I mean? It just brings the whole mood, you know? So trying to choose that or choosing that for a lifestyle picture is like a swing and a miss for me. It's totally a swing and a miss because like it's not lifestyle photography. It's street photography, it's photojournalism, it's documentary, but it's like you have to be ready to look at this when, like, if I'm looking at your lifestyle book to book you for like to shoot on my resort and this is in the category, you're not the right photographer. It's just simple. Like, you know what I mean? So I want you to make sure that you're not missing. This is like a full miss. And like you and Cynthia are in this together. Like you guys are a couple and a partner. And like, I need you guys to be discussing back and forth. Like, is this a lifestyle picture? Is this a lifestyle picture? Regular people doing regular things, shot in a stylish way, you know, to sell a product, a lifestyle, to sell something. Like that's what lifestyle photography is for. This is not selling a lifestyle. This is telling us what not to do. So I hope that helps you, Mike. This is Mike Lilly. All right, Mike. So let's see who's next. Cynthia Lilly, Mike's wife. Good day, Carty. Photo assignment came to me right at the right time as I'm working some tourism marketing for the land of Abacos, which is part of the Bahama Islands. For this shot, I was chest deep in bushes on an uninhabited area of the island. It was pretty windy, and I didn't have a tripod with me, so trying to hold still while praying I wouldn't encounter any snakes was a huge challenge. The Sea of Abaco is famous for its turquoise waters and fantastic snorkeling. This wouldn't necessarily be my exact lens, or exact settings of choice for the shot, but I'm very happy with the outcome. Shot with the Sony A7R Mark II 85mm f8, 200th of a second at ISO 200. This is Cynthia Lilly with a lifestyle photo. And as you see with Cynthia's photo, there's not, like, I can enlarge it, I can zoom around it, and it's the whole photo. So yeah, that's the, find out, Cynthia, give us the details on how you submitted, whether you submitted through mobile, whether you submitted desktop. I need to know all the things. Thanks in advance. Cynthia Lilly, this is your lifestyle photo. And at first glance, you see beautiful water, beautiful dock, and you don't notice the people at first. But the more that you zoom in and take it in, you see, like, yes, there are some people that are chilling and enjoying this beautiful scene. You said, I wish I had a different lens. I'm hoping that lens that you were wishing for would be to punch in a little bit closer. For me, the image sort of exists a little bit more this way. I mean, I can't move your horizon line, but I do see it if, like, we push the horizon line up, and now this becomes the photo. And from where you're standing, the only way to get that photo is to use more of a long lens than the one that you had. But for me, that's where the photo exists and then could be called more of a lifestyle photo because it's so small in the frame. It makes it really difficult to, via mobile. Interesting. To see this, thank you, Cynthia. To see this and what it looks like, it's actually quite dope. It's quite a dope idea. I just really feel like I wish that it was punched in just a bit more to really hit the lifestyle angle, but I still love it, Cynthia. Like, it's still a dope photo. It's still a dope photo. I like how you dropped the horizon line low. You couldn't really make it any lower without really messing with having your people too close to the bottom. So I really appreciate what you did here. Thank you. Cynthia Lilly. All right. Next is Romeo Fowler. Romeo says, my lifestyle submission, I was able to capture a game of street chess shot on the Fuji X-T3 56mm ISO 400 f9 at 200th of a second. This is Romeo Fowler. Romeo, thank you for submitting, Romeo. Appreciate you. Let's go, Romeo. Let's see this as a double. It really works for me as a double page spread, as you can see where, hello, this is quite delayed today. As you can see how the double page drops in, it drops in really nice. I mean, this is really dope. I mean, small things. You can see the distance between his foot and the bottom is fine. This little step, I say that I would be okay with losing part of that step. But looking how close, looking how close we are up here, it gives me a little bit of anxiety. Looking how close we are at the top of the frame here, like that head is going to get clipped to here when it goes to print. And it's not necessary for that to clip, because all you need to do is raise your camera and crop here. And then that's going to give us more room up here. The hard thing with these type of street images is the distractions. Like the bag becomes a distraction, the tree becomes a distraction, this thing on the ground becomes a distraction, this extra bag on the table, and you can't adjust any of this stuff because you're doing a street photograph that you're trying to make fit into a lifestyle picture. And I know it's shooting regular people doing regular things shot in a stylish way, but sometimes you kind of have to style it a little bit. For me, this qualifies more as a street photograph than it does as a lifestyle photograph. And again, it's because of like the stylized aspect of it. You can't stylize a street photograph. You can just grab it. It worked for the gentleman who shot a car earlier with the lady, the wife outside the car waiting. That the scene lent itself to be like very stylized, but this scene isn't quite as stylized and it ends up being a little bit distracting. I don't know, Romeo, you're an amazing photographer. Like, you can make amazing photographs. Lifestyle is something that's trickier, so I need you to be thinking about ideas and then getting people to help you with your idea. Your daughter could have helped you with a lifestyle idea. Her chilling on the front porch on her phone, like super simple shot. Now you can control it. You can control the background. You can control the environment. Put her in a perfect scene and then have her do a lifestyle thing within that scene. When it's strangers and you're walking by and trying to get it, it's going to take you a lot longer. It's just tricky. You did a great job, though. Thanks for attempting. I appreciate you being here, Romeo. Thank you. That's Romeo Fowler. All right. This is Monica. Monica, for my first assignment, I called a local muralist who's currently painting a massive mural on 2 5-story water tanks. She's a 25-year-old. She's a 25-year pro. I enjoy shooting people doing what they love to do, so I got up the courage to call her, and she happily agreed. I envisioned the shoot from above with dizzying height perspective, but the way the scaffolding was, it made that impossible. But it gave me an interesting leading lines around the water tank. And artisan MB Hanaran of Ventura, California. It was great meeting the artist. I chose from 260 frames, shot with recently acquired Canon R6 Mark II, 24-70 at 28 millimeter, shot at 3.2 at ISO 100. Monica, thanks for being here. I'm glad you are here and submitting. This is Monica. Monica, the color's great. The color is really great. Let's look at this as a double page. As a double page, it really works. It's like you're showing really great discipline as far as your framing in between here and here. It's great. Like, she's centered in between 2 frames. One thing that I'm sure you missed while you're shooting is how her hand was clipped down at the end and how much headspace you have. Like, you could have easily just lowered the camera just like a little bit and not clipped her fingers. It's like a small thing, but something that we're always trying to watch is that we're not clipping limbs. Make sure with your color you're not pushing too far that it actually starts to create bleed. I'm wondering if that bleed here is just because she's painting over top of that, or if that's something that's happening in Photoshop or in Lightroom. Sometimes radical colors like a blue and a yellow, it creates like a, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a halo effect where these colors meet when you play too much with saturation. So I want you to make sure that you're not going too far with saturation, just to make sure that I mean, again, it looks very much like she's just painting straight over the blue, but I am seeing that white outline when I look close on all the in between the color. So it's just something to watch. Overall, Monica, I really like this photo. I do like the leading line, how it brings you around the scaffold. That tells you that this is a huge structure and that this scaffolding is going all the way around. The rivets causing leading line is really great. And then just this old school paintbrush that she really looks like she's had for 1,000 years, that isn't even like bent normally anymore. And the dreads and the old face, it's all really, really, really strong. I like it, Monica. I'm glad that you're here. Let me give you one more look at the full frame. Let me take my face away. Thank you. This is Monica. Monica. Glad you're here. Thanks for submitting. Great shot, Monica. Watch the limbs. Watch the limbs, Monica. All right. This is Leslie Carty. This is my brother, my older brother. Shop life, 10 p.m. Still kicking it at the shops. This is my latest, sweetest drop. Rolling out our doors, a 1960 El Camino. Full restoration from bottom to top. Shot with my Canon with a 50 millimeter. My brother Les is a custom car painter. He is the best painter and restorer in the business. People fly their cars from everywhere, all over, to this remote part of the Western Canada where my brother lives. Again, Les, let me know what's going on with the sizing, because this is sized a little odd. But thank you for submitting, big bro. I'm not sure what's going on with the formatting, because you can see as I enlarge this, this looks like it's a 16:9 formatting instead of the typical 3:2 formatting that our cameras give us. But as a double page spread, it works. I mean, obviously there's going to be a little bit of a dip in the car with the gutter. For me, it's always tricky when you're shooting these kinds of cars. The goal is to get this kind of stuff out of the background. Get this car, get all of this stuff out of the background. Like, take this car, put it right here, in front here, where there's less distractions, or find a location for this car to go so it now really feels like car photography. The work is too good for it to be now dropped just any place and you're taking a photo. It can't be just dropped any place. You have to take your work to an incredible spot. You live in beautiful BC. Take these cars to beautiful spots, then photograph them. They can't be photographed next to this junk truck with these gas things, and like, it can't be shot junky like this. If you want this to look like the elite car that it is, it needs to be shot in the most elite way, and that's going to bring you better, bigger, and more wallet full clients. Like, there is some people in BC, and I would suggest, and also like people in Seattle that are a part of this network, all you need to do is start leveraging some people that are in this network and asking them to help you photograph these cars at the level that they need to be shot, because it's like it can't just, like, the work is too good. I'm just going to show you some examples of like what your car photography would look like if it was just taken to the right spot. As soon as you take a car like that to the right spot and photograph it in the right way, now it's suddenly like it's a showpiece. Suddenly now it's like, wow. Like, now the car, it's wow, because it's shot in such a way that you're using architecture, or you're using a forest, or you're using something that, like, you're juxtaposing that car with something that makes it now like, wow. Car photography isn't easy, and I gotta say, you definitely can't just take this incredible car and just photograph it wherever. It's just not. It's like, it can't be like this, big bro. It's gotta be like, ask the owner, hey, let's go on a drive. Let's go to your favorite spot. We'll park it, and then let me take the photos. And also make sure your camera proportions are set to 3:2 and not 16:9, and that you're posting always 4,000 pixels wide, big bro. Thank you for submitting. There's my brother Leslie Carty. Yes, there's some delays with my prompts. And in fact, these delays are making me crazy, so much so that I am going to do something radical. I am going to quit that program. I'm going to reopen it. I'm going to also quit this program. I have no stream control. I have no control. And now I'm going to reboot this to make sure that we're back up and running. And maybe then it will not be, because I control this stream using like over 100 buttons. So I need like everything to be quick, and there can't be a delay. It makes me crazy if there's a delay. That's my big brother Les, who just submitted. All right. Next up, Kyle Gagne. Continuing my exploration of flat lay environmental product photography. For this one, I took over my wife's garden, creating a gardening lifestyle product photo. I borrowed my wife's hands and compositionally placed everything for the double page spread. The vibrant green basil plants tie nicely in with the green of the Miracle Grow bag of soil. I needed to diffuse the light a bit because the bag of the basil leaves had a slight sheen to them. Kyle shot with the Sony A7 IV Sigma 24-70 f2.8. Shot at a 60th at f8 at ISO 100. This is Kyle Gagne. Kyle. Let's go, Kyle. Thanks for submitting. Kyle, like, you keep getting better and better. Look at what these plants look like. Clearly, you're using beautiful diffusion screen. No hot spots on the Miracle Grow. It's just, look at this as a double. Like, this is textbook, Kyle. I mean, textbook. Such a banger. Like, I asked, like, you're gonna think that Kyle somehow had a lead on this coming week's assignment. Kyle, did you have a lead at this coming week's assignment? Kyle, this is 11 out of 10. This is outstanding. Outstanding, absolute banger. The color composition between these two, like between the bag and the plant, the soil and the label, like, this is aces. I love it, Kyle. This is just great. That's Kyle Gagne. Like, wow, Kyle. Wow. Kyle, in case you didn't know, that's an 11. This is the level of craftsmanship and care that you have to put into your portfolio. This is the level of care that you have to put into your work. And this is how you shoot a portfolio picture. This is textbook. He created the environment and then he made the lifestyle photo. Created it. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. That was Kyle Gagne. So good, Kyle. Wow. All right. This is Sean Thomas. Sean says, good day, crew. Blessings to you all. Hopefully you are very well. This week's horizontal lifestyle challenge, I decided to do something a little bit different. I was searching all day for a fresh perspective. When I saw the line work, I fell in love with its potential. Top down in aerial view of the company assisting my brother on his move. I hope you enjoy. Shot with the Canon EOS R, 100th of a second at f13 at ISO 400, 24 millimeter, which was shot with a Tamron 24 to 70, 2.8. This is Sean Thomas and his lifestyle photo. Sean Thomas, thanks for submitting. I appreciate you. Sean, this perspective is so sick. It's so sick as far as just a fresh perspective. This is a fresh perspective on a lifestyle picture. This is a fresh perspective on two guys moving a mattress. And it's a fresh perspective on like this. Now you've made this an architectural photo. You've made this a photo that fits into your portfolio. If there was a front of a car somewhere or a car parked on that lawn or the nose of a car somewhere, or if they were moving car parts or a wheel, like this is an idea that you need to do again. You need to do this idea again because it's so well executed. It's absolutely an 11 if it's not clear here. This is a lifestyle picture. This is it. This is beautiful. And when you're making a picture in a scenario where something is happening, you have to go beyond the call of duty in order to get a photograph like Sean did. You can't just be standing there and just, okay, that's happening. It can't. It's like, how can I get on the roof? How can I do this? How can I go low? How can I do something that's just going to change the perspective from the perspective of just like, this is what I saw. This is what was there. You know, you have to push harder. And there's no easier way to push hard than get on a ladder. Get on a ladder, aim down, get on a rooftop. Like change where you usually are and change where people usually see things from. Change the perspective. Like that's what I've seen a couple of times today. Some people really using juxtaposition and shifting perspective in order to remove distractions. Like big Sean Thomas, big genius on this guy. Good for you. Very proud, very proud. Sean Thomas. All right. Who's on deck? Who's on deck? By the way, if you want to submit to my photography reviews that I do Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time here on this channel, it's super easy. I've been posting the link. All you need to go is go to the Carty method. You'll see YouTube submissions right on the top there. Click that, join, and then you'll get access to this great community that we're sharing photos with. You'll get access to all my communities because I have a submission community and then a Carty crew community. You won't get access to my pro group because that's special. Salim, after I blew out the sky in the last scene, I decided to go with this one during my 85mm lens diary and its leading lines. Salim's lifestyle photo shot with the Sony A7R3 85mm ISO 125 shot at 3.5 at 1/1250th of a second. This is Salim. As part of my masterclass, Salim, it is so nice to see you doing what I begged you to do so long ago. Just like shooting in almost like a more natural format. Let's look at this as a cover. This is really nice as a cover, and it's definitely a lifestyle picture. The small things that you have to watch is time of day. Time of day, because of the time of day, we're getting raccoon eyes. Even if it's a bit of an overcast day, I can tell it's an overcast day because this is a diffused shadow and not a hard shadow, but we do have raccoon eyes, which means the sun is coming from the top. Even if it's under the clouds, it still will shadow. So I want you to watch that. That's the first thing that I noticed. And it's also causing her to wrinkle her forehead because she's forcing her eyes to be open because they want to be squinted. This is a case where I would have been okay with her having sunglasses on in this picture because it's a natural thing. I love what she's doing. The fact that she looks like she has homework in her folder and she's looking at notes, and her school bag and her bike helmet and her dirty Converse, like everything is yes, 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 yes. This works as an Instagram shot because you gave lots of headspace and there's lots of space down here. Even if I cut the helmet, I'm not losing anything. If I cut up here, that railing, I'm not losing anything. So it still works as an 8x10. This is a win for me, Salim. I just really want you to be concerned with watching how light is falling on faces. It's so like, just even looking at my ugly mug, I'll show you like some things. Like this light is front light, but it's kind of off to the side. Hello, change cameras, please. Oh, these delays is making me crazy. Jeez. You can see that this front light is a little bit off to the side, but it's relatively frontal. As I lower my chin, you see how this starts to it gets to the point where it will raccoon eyes. See that? Raccoon eyes, because now it's top light because I've dropped my head so low. And also when people lower their head, their face pulls up and stuff like that. So that's not an issue with this picture, but the issue for me is really just the top light. Just be super conscious of that, though. It's a really great shot, though, Salim. I want you to continue to push natural light on location. Please don't stop. That's Salim. Thank you. I want more from you on location. Because, again, once I build this side of you, and alongside we're already building the studio side of you, you're going to be undeniable. Thomas Wallace. Hey guys, hope everyone had a great week. Here's my try at the hero shot for this week's assignment. Still learning how to dial in shooting people over places. Took some shots of my fiance. I think my camera was having a bit of trouble focusing on her with her bubbles. Should have shot more frames. Still hope to hear some good feedback. Shot with a Nikon Z7 with a 24-70, shot at 24mm. ISO 100 at an 80th of a second at f4. This is Thomas Wallace. Thomas, thank you for submitting. Let's go, Thomas. All right, let's deep dive this. First thing, Thomas, I see is exposure. The exposure is low, and I need you to be able to recognize when skin tone is under. And this one is under. This is under by, I would say, half a stop. So make sure that you're not, like you can see the sun is up here. So the fact that this sky is here, your camera wants to give you an exposure for the sky, which makes in here, which is shadow detail, which is where you're supposed to be shooting people, is in shade. And you can also see this beautiful highlight that's on her hair because the light is coming from this direction. So what I need you to do always is make sure that this skin, because now that I'm blowing this up, you can see how under it is. And this is supposed to be white, and you can see that it's several different shades of gray. Also under, small things, but exposure is where it all starts. There's a lot of headroom. I'm noticing like you're dropping the top of her head dead center, and you're leaving a lot of, I will call, unnecessary space. Unnecessary space up here. We don't need the top of the trees. And in fact, if I zoom this in and just do this and take that part out, look at how much more interesting that photograph is now. Now I'm looking at your wife. Now I see this photograph. So you can see all of the stuff up here that you're trying to include is just distracting. It's distracting. You have a monochromatic background right here, but you're trying to include this as texture. So it's like double texture. Like, just use this as the texture and just photograph her without her, like just her on the background. And again, this is a lifestyle picture. So it's regular people doing regular things shot in a stylized way. The fact that she's making dead eye contact with you now takes it away from a lifestyle picture. Like, lifestyle pictures are not the subject looking at the camera. Like that now is ego based and not believable. And it just takes you now out of this like lifestyle moment that you're trying to create, which is you caught something magic. I mean, you could have created it and shot it over and over and over and over and over again, but the fact that she's playing to you instead of playing like to like her own space and you catching her, that's where like the disconnect is. For me, it's not really a lifestyle photo. And I know you're hoping for better information, but again, I just speak truth. I'm not a paid spokesman for anybody. I'm just trying to help you become a better photographer. And I'm also trying to help you understand these categories of photography better. So lifestyle, regular people doing regular things shot in a stylized way. It's like the eye contact now makes it a portrait. And it's fine. It's a portrait for sure. But the whole vibe is to remove distractions. And the bubble holder being orange, this is brighter than her skin tone. So your eye goes here first before it goes here, which is what I should see first, which is her eyes. So I hope these tips help you. Don't get discouraged by the tips that I'm getting. And it's like, positive feedback comes when I see like a jump in understanding. When I see a jump in understanding from where you've started submitting to where you're going to be going, it means now the next time I see your photographs, Thomas, I see nailed exposure. I see realistic headspace. That's not like she's in the lower half of the photo. And I mean, again, that works when you're showing scale, when you're showing something that demands that you show scale, but that's not it in this picture. So there's just some compositional things that I want you to just keep working on, and exposure things that I want you to keep working on. And when bubbles are going at camera, yes, of course, it's going to trick the autofocus. And yes, you have to shoot more frames. And you said, should have shot more frames, but it's too late now. So just that, like, you get what you get with the effort that you do. So put in more effort and you'll get better results, always, in all things. So like, you're literally being like, I could have did this, but you even know you should have shot more frames, but you didn't. So again, Thomas, this is on you. I'm trying to help you get better. Keep pushing, my guy. Keep pushing. That was Thomas Wallace. Ammon Thomas. When it's roasting hot outside, sometimes you need an impromptu haircut. A quality pair of clippers like these Bay Bliss Pros do the trick. Shot with the Fuji X-T5 27mm f1.2. ISO 125, shot at 250th at f2.2. Godox V1 speed light bounced off the wall. This is Ammon Thompson. Ammon, thank you for submitting. I appreciate you being here, my guy. So this is always a tricky composition. So this is the situation. You're like, perfect. It's offset. The main subject is not in the center of the frame. Perfect. Except The main subject is not that dude who's having his hair cut. The main subject you just prefaced is these clippers. These clippers are the main subject during this haircut that just happens to happen. Now, if the clippers are the main product and the company who's hiring you to shoot, now what happens? Now we can't use this as a double page spread because it falls in the gutter. Now the clippers aren't featured I mean, yes, they are, but they're also fighting with this guy that you're very close in crop as far as his hair being cut. I mean, this nose is an okay distance, but this guy's inconsequential. It's not about him. It's about what's happening here. So the vibe is with this frame is this is the picture. It's this. It's like the clipper is the hero. So now if that's the composition and that becomes the double page spread, now the clipper is the hero. And you're not stressing really at all about that guy. He just becomes a prop. And now I can have the article or the headline, oh my God, these are the best clippers. I've never used a clipper better, blah, 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 blah here. And the article doesn't become about this guy at all. And it actually becomes about this because this is featured in the product and you see someone in the picture and you see someone actually using it. So for me, that's where this one is kind of missing. It's where the horizon line is dropping. The horizon line for me is dropping just a little. I mean, not the horizon line, the gutter is what I mean. The gutter. Gutter's dropping right in the middle, Emin. I'm sure that you have other shots that you punched in a bit closer, but this is a shot that's easily fixable. You just crop it out. And there's too much low space here where nothing's really happening, but this second hand in here holding the hair, I would really like to see more of that hand. And you can also see here as a vertical picture, like there's your vertical picture. So try to remember what you're featuring and try not to include too many things in one photo. This guy, I would have just cut and taken his face out altogether and truly just featured the clippers. Thanks for submitting, Emin. Emin. All right. Emin Thompson. Steve Bordeaux, also known as Scuba Steve. Baseball is my true love, and my wife knows it, so I couldn't pass this up. The opportunity to attend a youth baseball game with my wife's cousin who was in town for a tournament. Between chasing my 3-year-old, I was able to get some shots of the kids playing. Even though I wasn't asked to do so, I got permission to take photos, and I would be delivering to the team to use on their site and their socials. I feel like this could be used to sell the league or the team to encourage other kids to join and play. This is Steve Boudreau. Is it Boudreau? Bordeaux. Steve Bordeaux. All right, Steve. I'm just always calling you Scuba Steve. This is Steve Boudreau. Let's go, Steve. Thanks for submitting. Hello. Let's go. Again, another one of the sizey issues where it's not giving me full reign of this photo. I do want it to be like here. I might have to make the submission size a little bit bigger. Let's look at this as a double page spread. As a double, this works like incredibly well, Steve. Like really beautifully composed. Beautifully composed. I'm going to try to get this in here exactly how it should appear. Beautifully composed. It's an amazing double page spread. The focus in this kid, the baseball, this kid waiting for it. Yes, the horizon line is dropping through these kids, but the real horizon line is down here, right? Like that's the actual horizon line. This happens to just be a home run fence, which is kind of unavoidable to have. It's not kind of unavoidable to have that in the shot. Like the field and like this freshly raked field is super necessary. This is a win for me, Steve. This is a fantastic photo. And to me, clearly you can shoot sports and clearly this is shooting sports in an editorial fashion. This is shooting sports in an editorial way, where now, like, yes, there's going to be, like, it's not a stadium, so there's not going to be people in the stands. Like, you're going to be in a neighborhood, but look at the sign behind them is really great. I just think that this is very, very, very strong a capture, and also just the hint that you can see that you're shooting through the fence, because you have like that bokeh sort of happening in the sunline. So this is all a win for me, Steve. This is a great capture. Really great lifestyle picture. Really great lifestyle picture. Do let me know how you submitted and your sizing. Sebastian Kawaka, a frame of a man reading in the park. I like very much the negative space of this photo because of how it highlights how much the man is in his own world. I could have used a different lens or just come closer. Unfortunately, it's too late. I'm also afraid that I exaggerated with the crop, placing the man too far to the left. Sony A7 Mark IV Sigma 35mm 1.2, shutter ISO 100, 1.8 at 12/50th of a second. This is Sebastian Kawaka. Sebastian, thanks for submitting. Let's look at this as a double. I mean, compositionally sound, Sebastian. It's compositionally sound. It's tranquil. Definitely. It's tranquil. It definitely has like some negative space, but it starts to get into when you're making these photos and you're making these lifestyle pictures and it's like just a scene, it becomes like, what is the scene? Yes, he's a little bit far, but for me, I'm seeing that little bunch of grass that would need to be picked up. And then I'm thinking, wow, well, these railings haven't been painted forever. And this, although this structure back here looks cool, I'm also seeing the way that the hedges are browning. So if I was scouting this location, I would say, okay, I can probably take that out in post, but I'm not thrilled about how that looks back there and what's going on with that stump. And this is kind of dead grass. Like, I'm looking at the whole scene and thinking, I don't know if this is, and how like under here, I would want to have all of that swept and all of this overcut, and this might not be green enough and there's not flower. Like, it starts to become like you really break down, like when you're choosing a location to be a spot for a lifestyle photo, this is what people do. This is what every photographer who's a commercial photographer, when you're location scouting, so you're looking at how this pavement doesn't match that pavement and how it needs a sweep. And like, oh, I wish that these tie downs were actually painted the same color as these bench, because that's super distracting. And oh my God, when was the last time they swept under there? You know, like, and then, oh my goodness, look at the paint. These benches haven't been painted forever. They're all flecking off and the edges are all like, now as I'm going through, this is no longer a location for a photo. Do you understand what I mean? Like, this becomes no longer like, there's too many things that have to, like, there's too many things that I have to compromise with in order to call this a lifestyle photo, which is very similar to what happened with Romeo. And Romeo, who you see something and it's like, oh, there's a cool person doing a cool thing, and you take a picture compositionally as strong as you can. But it can only be as compositionally strong as you can because it exists in an environment that's already predetermined. You've already predetermined that it's happening here. So now you get what you get. And you like the negative space. The negative space, the idea of the negative space and the path and the leading line is all something that could be recreated at any bench with any different scene behind. So that's where it starts to be like, okay, now I want to make this picture of a man on a bench and to show leading line with like big negative space and a big green area. Now let me find the one that's like perfect. Because like this one becomes the one that you got, but it's not a space that you scouted. It's something that happened that you took a picture compositionally to make it feel like it fits within an editorial format. So it's like, if you're gonna go this far, it has to be like beautifully manicured gardens. It has to feel like It's real people shooting real people in a style. It's like real people doing real things in a stylized way. The stylized way is the location. That's how you stylize it. So for me, it's like, it's close. The composition is strong. It's just like, I don't have all the elements that I need. And most of those have to do with this grass needs a cut, and there's weeds growing up, and there's like grass is burnt and dying. Like all of that stuff just takes away from a perfect lifestyle picture. I hope that helps you, Sebastian. It's tricky, man. Honestly, it's not the quickest thing to just find a perfect location for a lifestyle photo. Like you really have to think it out. You really do. This is Nina. Nina says, Nina shooting with a Sony A6600 with a Tamron 17 to 70. 2.8. Shot at 2.8 because she couldn't help it. Exposure half a second. ISO 200. I used a projector to get a warmer light to stimulate the morning sun. The projector wasn't as strong as I needed to keep a lower ISO, so my SO played, I don't know what SO means. My SO played a white noise screen on YouTube to get a softer spread instead of me trying to stick another light in there. I cut a jar in half to get the shot. This is my first submission. Happy to be here, Carty and crew. This is Nina. Nina is a specialty product photographer. Let's go, Nina. Glad you're here. Thanks for submitting. Nina, as a double page spread, this is really good. I want to show you this as a double page spread. The composition is perfect. The composition is perfect. The only thing I want you to watch is I want you to watch how high this finger is to the edge of this frame and how much negative space that you have down here. Like again, we could easily just crop this picture right here and move your camera upwards to see a little bit more of that circle, to see a little bit more of what's going on in the top of that finger, and to see a little bit more of who is reaching into this jar. This element is super good having this paper here and the machine. The surface that it's on is a little distracting. I would love it to be like a little bit more of like a cleaner aesthetic table rather than something that's so textured. The texture adds distraction and doesn't create enough of a contrast to our flower. So I would want this background here, under here, to be at a different contrast to this. And then again, where's your focus point? Is your focus point the finger? Is it part of the flower here? I think the focus point should be this part of the flower right here. That should be where it is. But I think we're catching here the jar. We're catching the jar up here. We're not quite catching the finger, and we're only getting a sliver of the flower there and the edge of the paper. So my vibe would be focus here, move this element closer so that element also matches on the same focus line, and lower your frame so your frame ends here and you get a little bit more of what's happening above the fold. That for me would make this an absolute banger. It's a great first submission. It's a great first submission for you, Nina. Thank you for being here. I hope that brought you value. I hope that helped you out. Thanks for submitting. All right, Nina. This is Michael Stimatz. Refrigeration contractors bringing gear off the roof. I chose a frame that was less identifiable as to who they were or who they work for and where it was taken to avoid having to wait for permission from both companies. These guys had been working since 6 a.m. to get finished before the heat. They almost made it. Our 850mm STM shot at f4.5 at 2500th of a second at ISO 100. This is Mike Stimatz shooting a lifestyle photo. Mike, thanks for submitting. Let's go. Mike, let's look at this as a double. As a double, you frame this beautifully. This is what I'm asking for, Mike. Look at where the article would go now. The article would run right here over top of the brick. Black text here. You can see what the guy's doing. It is a lifestyle picture. It's shot in natural light, but look at what the shadow is putting on the wall, giving us a backside of what's going on with this equipment. The hint of blue sky up there also shows that this is naturally lit and it's a real life environment. The yellow, yes, I wish the ladder was freshly painted, but the fact that the wall is freshly painted and he's wearing a monochromatic blue outfit, and this blue matches the blue up here, and that blue is contrasting to the yellow here, and this is all freshly painted. This is a win for me, a win. This is great, Mike. This is great. And again, Mike, I've been pushing you for months, and like, this is one of those photographs that it's like, yes, there's a business here. There's a but again, it's like, I want to help you develop this into an actual business. Keep talking to me. Congratulations on mod status, Mike. I made a couple of new people mods today in the new community. One of them was Ammon, one of them was Sean Thomas, and one of them was Mike Steinmetz. Congratulations, guys. Guys, is that the end of my photo reviews? Is that it? Are we at the end? Could it be? Let me just make sure that there's no more, like... I think that's it. I'm kind of sad. I thought there was going to be more. Guys, by the way, it's super easy to join. You don't have to join this channel to submit photos anymore. Do join this channel to help me continue to bring commercial-free content. Please, 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 and hit the subscribe button. But it's super easy to do these photo submissions. All you needs to do is go to the Carty method and click the submission folder at the top there, and you'll see submissions. Click that, join, pay your $10, and I will be happy to review your photos. So every week I do a thing, and it's called Photo of the Week. And I also do something called Best in Show. And I'm trying something different this week. This week's Best in Show is chosen by your community reactions, meaning the photo that you choose. Like, you can't pick your own photo for Photo of the Week, or you can't pick your own photo for Best in Show, but the other people in the community pick your photo. So all you need to do is submit, and if you're in the submissions level, just like the picture that you think is the best photo. That's it. And it's like, you can like as many as you like, but like, you only get to like a photo one time. And if like, I want to see who you think did the best at this submission, and I'm going to tell you who I think did the best. So this week, I'm going to be telling you the photos of the week right now. But while I'm about to do that, why don't you learn a little bit more about me? Right here. Watch this. There's a delay, but at some point it'll start. I swear.
Treat everybody like a superstar. Famous people less like a superstar. I treat famous people like real people. I started as a photographer, I would say professionally, when I was 20. My brother's a fine art painter, heavy influence on me, and I couldn't paint, so when I discovered the camera, it was really easy for me to express myself creatively. Everybody's in the business of glorifying celebrities, so capturing them, it's already glorifying them by photographing them. So if I can get them a little bit more understated, I feel like it brings up the real. In 1997, I shot Tom York from Radiohead, most important picture of my career. In 2001, I shot Pharrell Williams for Peace magazine. Again, very important picture. Colin Firth, a week before he won his Oscar, career moving pictures where that picture propels a whole new wave of clients, a whole new wave of people looking at my work. I think pivotal career-changing pictures are more important than favorite pictures, because they're all my favorites. The whole idea is make good stuff and share it and do it every day.
All right, party people, I am very excited to talk about these photos of the week and our best in show. The photos of the week are what I think is a huge level up for the photographer who is submitting. I've been mentoring many of these photographers for months, and photos of the week come when somebody absorbs a Smith. If you're a fan of the Matrix, somebody who levels up, somebody who literally something clicks. When I see something click, they win photo of the week, especially if they follow all the rules and stipulations. Again, I might have a larger file size that I'm asking you to submit, so we have bigger pictures here. I'm excited about this first photographer, guys. You ready? Are you ready for your first photo of the week? It goes to Randolph Grubbs. Let's go, Randolph, with your first photo of the week. Well, not your first photo of the week, but first photo of the week in the new platform. Let's go. Congratulations. Photo of the week from Randolph. All right. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. I might make sure I open that last closed tab. Sorry. Okay, beautiful. Now I got to go back and see who this photographer is, because this one's new, and I love this picture, and I spotted it right away, and I'm like, photo of the week for this shooter, and he's new. That's why I don't know the names. That's right. Next photo of the week. Is it that one? There it is. Our next photo of the week, people, goes to Taylor Valentine with this one. Photo of the week. The composition is just a banger. This is a lifestyle photo. Somebody who understood the assignment, someone who nailed it and knocked it out of the PA to the RK. Well played. Well played, Tyler. Glad you're here. Oh, I love people who are who literally get it and are leveling up. You know, I really appreciate it. All right. Our next photographer is a photographer who has been submitting for a while, but we missed him. He hadn't been around for a while. This photograph broke my brain. It broke a body. Apparently, you know him as Tyler Trace. Congratulations, Tyler, with photo of the week. Let's go. Photo of the week. Tyler. Crazy. Small things, I would have lowered myself so the horizon line was so low that it tucked this water line below here and left the rocks just going up against the sky and removed this horizon line altogether. Now you just have blue sky, her against the rocks, against the sky. For me, that's the lick. Shoot this girl again. She looks super fun. Congratulations. That is Tyler. Tyler Trace. Photo of the week. Good shit. All right. Our next photographer. One of two, part of a photography duo they call the Lilies. We call her Cynthia. This is Cynthia Lilly, and our next, hey, stop. Our next photo of the week. Stop. Oh my goodness. The drum sounds won't stop. Apologize. I'm going to stop that right now. Jeez Louise. Apologize for that. But this button thing these are going out of control today. Out of control. And I did restart my shit. Sorry for my language. But yes, this is Cynthia Lilly. Cynthia, congratulations. This is your photo of the week. Congratulations. Cynthia Lilly. All right, did my graphic go? Yes, there it is. Did the smoke go? Yes, there it did. All right, Cynthia Lily. And back to me. Telling you, this is making me crazy. This little slow transition between my scenes is making me want to throw this iPad out the window. I don't do well with tech when it doesn't work. All right, next photographer who is winning photo of the week. You ready? Next photographer, Monica. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Let's go, let's go. Show me the scene. Oh my goodness. I'm losing my marbles here. Monica, congratulations. So glad you're here. Welcome. You just won photo of the week with this incredible painting of this, photo of this painter on the water tower. Well done. Photo of the week. Congratulations, Monica. All right. Yeah, this is not acceptable. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. All right. Let's see. Yeah, what's going on here? Seriously. I'm losing my mind. All right, we might have to do another restart. And on top of that, my landlord is cutting the grass and it's full stop, like making me mental. It's full loud. Like fully loud. Fully loud. In case I didn't say that already. It's fully loud. All right. Change the camera. Change the camera. Thank you. All right. Our next photographer. Photo of the week goes to Kyle G. Kyle, congratulations with this insane photo. So good. It's like every week you make me a little happier. I appreciate you, Kyle. Thanks for submitting. Your consistency is beautiful. It's all I'll say. Your consistency is beautiful. Amazing. That's Kyle G. And let me do that. Oh, hey, our next photographer, next photo of the week, goes to Sean Thomas. Sean, congratulations. Photo of the week. What a shot. What a great perspective. Amazing, amazing discipline. What a banger. Great shot, Sean. Great shot, Sean. Sean Thomas, photo of the week. Great. All right, we have a few more. Oh, yeah, this guy. This guy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Photo of the week. Scuba Steve. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome. Congratulations. Scuba Steve. Let's go, baby. Photo of the week. Carty approved. So good. So good, Scuba Steve. Proud of you, buddy. Good shit. You've been really good with your consistency lately. I'm proud of you. Oh, new photographers. New photographers getting photo of the week. By the way, it doesn't matter like whether you've been watching me forever or you're brand new. If it's good work, it's good work. If you're mailing it in, you're mailing it in. Doesn't matter if you've been watching me forever or you're brand new. Like, I'm gonna spot you. I'm gonna call you out and I'm gonna pat you on your back when you kill it. So, this is how I roll, guys. Our next photographer, photo of the week, goes to Nina. Brand new photographer, photo of the week with the lifestyle picture. Let's go, Nina. Congratulations. Full photo of the week. First time. Let's go. You better be here for a long time. Hitting homers. Well done. Well done. That makes me happy. And again, I'm not like, if you were shit, I would say you're shit. I'm sorry. I just call them like I see them. I'm just calling balls and strikes, literally. Literally. And I help you. That's all. I help you too to like be not bad as a photographer. I try to help you. But the talent is all you, eh? The talent, the ideas, all that stuff. That's all you. All I am is just like your best friend who knows everything about photography and the business and career and who can help you. That's it. That's all. Last photographer for photo of the week, guys. This last photographer, his photographer has been really trying to find his voice, and this is the beginning of something for this shooter. Uh-oh, I held it too long again. I held it too long. Oh my goodness. If I hold my sounds too long, this is what happens. My drum roll gets locked. Good thing. Good now that I know that. All right. So, yeah, don't hold the drum roll too long. Short bursts only. Your last and final photo of the week goes to Michael Steinmetz. Michael, congratulations. Photo of the week. Not sure if you've won a photo of the week before, but if you have not, congratulations. If you have, here's another one. Congratulations, Mike. Guys, photos of the week. Those be yours. I have a desire to give 2 more prizes. I'm going to give a prize for your viewer chosen best in show, but not before I give my best in show. By the way, how you choose what you think best in show should be is just by clicking, and it's really hard to win viewer chosen best in show if you submit on the last day, because not enough people can see your pictures, not enough people can hit the like button. So secret time, it's going to be pretty hard to win viewer choice because of how late you're submitting. But what I'm going to say now is this first photographer for best in show this week has I cannot wait to see this portfolio that I've been watching be created every week before my very eyes. I can't wait to see this website. And again, you know him, you love him. You've heard me say this so many times. You've heard me say this name so many times. Guys, your best in show is Kyle G. Congratulations, Kyle G. Best in show. And now my button is stuck again. Sorry. Oh my God. It happened 3 times in one episode. That needs to be fixed. Kyle, you are our best in show. Congratulations. Best in show, Kyle G. Congratulations, Kyle. Just absolute madness. So happy with your work lately, man. You make me so happy. Keep going. And now, your choice for best in show based on community likes and engagement in the photo submission folder. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look right here at that submission folder and you zoom it on, it's not even going to let me do it. It's blah, blah, blah. If you even look at the submission folder and look right close, you will see who the viewer's choice is, people, and that is Cynthia Lilly. Cynthia Lilly wins the viewer's choice for photo of the week. For those of you who do not remember which photo Cynthia Lilly's was, I'm going to flash it up on the screen here. This was Cynthia Lilly's photo. Cynthia, congratulations. You win viewer's choice best in show this week for lifestyle pictures. Congratulations. Everybody who submitted, thank you. You only get better when you shoot. You only get better when you submit. You only get better when you participate in a feedback loop. You have to participate in a feedback loop. Thinking that you're going to be able to self-assess and know when you're doing things dramatically wrong and knowing when you're doing things dramatically right without somebody guiding you. It's like somebody trying to get to the Olympics by themselves. Every Olympic athlete has a coach, eh? Michael Jordan had a coach. Wayne Gretzky had a coach. Like, come on. Like, every photographer that is at the top of the game has another photographer that's also just a little bit ahead of them that they're always bouncing ideas off of. That's how people rise up together. So that's what I do here for you. Definitely join my community, the fastest growing photography community on the internet. For sure, you need to just look in my video description. You'll see links, or go to the Carty method. You can see how to join right there. But you want this week's assignment, do you? Guess what? This week's assignment is already live and already open and up and on the Carty method community in the submission community. But I will read to you what this week's assignment is. This week's assignment, if you choose to accept it, if you choose to do it, make an environmental portrait or shoot an environmental product photo. Make a portrait of a person in a natural environment and focus on storytelling through the setting. If you're shooting people, it has to be a portrait, but it's got to be an environmental portrait, meaning I'm seeing the place that they're in. There's got to be some relation between location and person, okay? If you're a product photographer, by the way, make a photograph of a product in a natural environment and tell the story through location and setting. What I'm trying to get you to do is learn how to tell a story through a single portrait, through a single frame. Tell a story. Tell a captivating story using location and person, or location and product. They are called environmental portraits. It is a niche. It is something that I do plenty of. If you look at my website, you'll see plenty of environmental portraits. If you look at the assignment folder, you'll see an example of one of my environmental portraits that I actually showed here as the example. So how you participate in these assignments is you go to the top here in the community folder, click assignments, and you will see this assignment and join. But remember, it only works if you are a YouTube submission level member. I have three communities. I have a YouTube submission community. I have my accelerator, which you definitely don't get to see inside there. And then I have my Carty Crew community, which is free. If you are a free member, you get access to all of this good stuff. If you are a YouTube submission member, you get access to all of my submission and review folders, and also peer reviews where other people here can help you with your photography ideas and work. Guys, I hope today brought you value. Please consider subscribing if you like my smiling face and I don't bore you. If what I talk about here on this channel brings you value, I do it 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And I also make videos from time to time when I feel like it, and if you guys feel like watching them, because I got to tell you, like, the videos are so hard to get them. Like, I get so much more traction from my podcast than I do with the videos that I make, and I think I make pretty good videos, but you guys got to watch them, especially if you're a subscriber. If my subscribers aren't watching the videos that I make, then they don't even get pushed out to other people, and then I just feel like not making them. Seriously, this is supposed to be easy for me because this is not my full-time job. I am a professional photographer. This is what I do full-time, and I kind of obsess about helping you. So anytime that I can free up time to do something else, I'm going to do that, but you should as well. Guys, I'm trying to teach you how to master the one-person business model through the 6 phases of the Carty method: your work in your market, your packaging, the value business, outward reach, the systems, and reading the market and putting it all together. That's what I do. And I'm obsessed about helping you get to the next level with your photography. If you've made it to the end of this episode, please consider hitting the like button. Likes and shares make this whole thing possible. Also, becoming a member on this channel is how I'm able to do commercial-free content here. I just literally deleted a membership tier and lost almost 100 members. So you can imagine that is a big hit to my YouTube earnings. So Please don't make me turn commercials back on during the live streams to interrupt my content and my flow. I don't want to do that. So please support the channel by becoming a member and join my free community at the Carty Method. And also, if you want your photos reviewed, join at photo submission level, which is super easy to do through the Carty Method as well. There's no more Discord. We have an amazing new community. The gaming Discord days are over. Again, super easy to submit. Just use this link here to submit. Use the QR codes if you're watching on the TV. You can get easily linked to my website, or just go to your browser and type thecartymethod.com. Guys, I hope today brought you value. I love you much. Thanks for watching. Verticals or horizontals was the question. Environmental portraits can be vertical or horizontal. Yes is my answer. Whenever you don't see me give you a specific of vertical or horizontal, you need to follow all the rules of vertical horizontals composition. Whatever it is that you shoot, if it's a horizontal, shoot it like you would shoot a horizontal. If it's a vertical, shoot it that way. It doesn't matter. Both of them are going to be environmental portraits. So make sure you're making an environmental portrait and formatting it as we do. There are no rules sometimes, but there's infinite rules most times. Does that make no sense? What should make sense is if you became a subscriber recently, within the last 25, you're going to see your name scroll across the bottom of the screen, which means if you subscribed within the last week or so, you're going to see your name down there. And if you became a member today, yesterday, or within the last 25, you're going to see your name scroll across the top of the screen because I love you like that. I type in all of these manually using my iPhone, and then I cut and paste them into this graphic, and then I have two people on either side of the screen pulling a string, which pulls these names across on either direction. So I'm keeping your attention and making things easy for you and interesting. Again, I'll be in my community right now. Join the community, join the new hub. Guys, I love you. Thanks for watching. I hope this brought you value.